We're here at the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Greenwich, where in a few moments the Metropolitan Police will be making a public apology to couple Mr. and Mrs. Richardson. The Richardsons were involved in a dispute with the police when, 2 years ago, bailiffs came to wrongfully clamp Alison Richardson's car. Clive Richardson called the police, but when they came, they treated him and his wife badly and arrested her. She was fined and sentenced to 150 hours of community service, of which she has now completed over 90. On appeal, this decision was overthrown, and so in bridge building meetings with the Metropolitan Police, for the first time, they have offered to come to the Greenwich Church this Sabbath and offer a public apology.
My name's Nick Westwood, and I'm a police officer who works in the Department of Professional Standards at the Metropolitan Police. And the role of the professional standards is to look and consider and investigate on those occasions when the police get things wrong. And it's not surprising that on a day-to-day basis there's so many policemen and there's so many people who we come into contact with that we get things wrong occasionally. And it is only right and proper that where we make mistakes and where we make errors, that we are willing to apologise and put those mistakes right. And as the police force has moved on and progressed and changed, it's right that we think about the way in which we apologise and put right those times where we have made errors. I'm here today specifically, and although Clive is here, this is really an apology on behalf of the Metropolitan Police Service to Alison. Some of you will be aware that some time ago, police attended the Richardson's home address. There was bailiffs there, and in short, police officers entered the address when they didn't have any power to do so. The police officers then used an inappropriate phrase, and the result was that Alison was arrested. Alison was then taken to court and convicted of an offence. She was then appealed that and was quite rightly found to have committed no crime. She then decided to take matters further, and it began action against the police. Now, we looked at this and we examined the circumstances, and we decided that quite clearly, in this case, the officers had made an error. They had done the wrong thing. And it was quite apparent from our contact with Alison and Clive that, I keep ignoring Clive here because it's really a matter for Alison, which is unfair on Clive. But we decided that an apology had to be part of any agreement to settle this matter between us. And during this, it was apparent that because Alison and Clive are so deeply part of this church and congregation, that we decided to come to the church today and in front of the congregation and their friends and colleagues, make a formal apology on behalf of the Metropolitan Police Service for any harm and upset and distress this has caused Alison and Clive. And hopefully we can now move on and put this matter behind them. And I know that it has been a humbling experience to come to church today and meet friends and colleagues in the congregation. And I hope that this apology goes some way to putting to rest formally and finally the upset and distress that the Richardsons as a family have heard. Again, I apologise. Thank you. Thank you.
We're here with Clive Richardson and his wife Alison. Clive, so you're a member of the Seventh-day Adventist Church here in Greenwich. So how has your spiritual life affected what's been going on for the past 2 years?
We have been extremely strengthened by what has happened. Our spiritual life has grown as a result. Obviously, at the beginning of this whole thing in 2008, it was a devastating situation. We, however, find that the church has been so supportive, unbelievable. The church, the members, the prayer group, the elders, the pastors have been very supportive to us.
So forgiveness and moving on, how important is today's apology to you?
In terms of the apology, we from the outset, we knew that we hadn't done anything wrong. My wife had done nothing wrong. And so we wanted to see this day, the day when the police will come to acknowledge that what they have done to us was wrong, and they would admit to it. In terms of forgiveness, we have already forgiven them. In our hearts, we hold no grudges against them. In fact, we just have to move with the way God is taking us, and the direction in which God is taking us. And so we can't hold any grudges. We're happy to continue to be members of a community that is hardworking, committed, and law-abiding citizens. And we want to continue to work with the police to keep crime away and to build our community.
So Alison, now that the decision has been overruled and overturned, how do you feel?
It was a relief. It was words I can't even explain how I felt. That, you know, because every week going to the community services, like the night before, I think, oh my gosh, I have to face this place again. But once I get there, you know, the atmosphere was, the conditions were nice. It was nice conditions for myself. So,
well, I mean,
place me there for a reason.
So community service turned into community links and working with the community.
Yes.
I think this is a very good example, Katie, of good Christian living under adverse circumstances. We don't have to retaliate negatively or behave badly. As a result of their godly example, God has vindicated this couple, and that's the message to the world and to our communities. When under adverse circumstances, just continue to live as a Christian should, and God will bless you.
This provides the police with an opportunity for reconciliation, but also an opening for their Adventist church family to reach out a hand and support the police in the difficult task that they're involved with. An apology can come as a blessing and a means of growth.
In Greenwich, this is Katie Ramharaxing reporting for SEC News.